week on One Devotion. Take a seat inside the locker room to hear exactly what Euroleague coaches tell their players. Look back on the only team in Euroleague history to win a do-or-die series finale on the road. Go behind the scenes at one of the oldest and greatest clubs in international basketball. And get your fill of drama from a pivotal week on the road to Berlin and this season's Final Four. One of the exciting new features in an ultra-competitive Turkish Airlines Euroleague season has been fans getting the opportunity to see behind the scenes and enjoy exclusive access to team locker rooms during the coaches' speeches before, during and after every game of the week. Besides taking viewers where they have never gone before, the Game of the Week showed how coaches approach their pre-game talks to the players in different ways, including some that opt for detailed instructions about the opposition.
When they go small lineup, or also with melee, they might play the pick and pop action. So, we got this when we have the screen. We will start the game going normal. As a second option, the guard will take over.
Es un equipo que juega largo, que juega 25, 24 segundos, si es necesario defender hasta último segundo. Sobre todo últimos 3-4 segundos, siempre saca buen tiro. Y después de esto hay que coger rebote. Y si nos meten canasta después de jugar largo, sacar balón rápido y jugar nuestro juego.
On other occasions, coaches prefer to focus not on the other team, but on their own plans for the game, which can be general or specific tactical points.
Don't get carried away. Just think about small things. Small things win this game. Small things are going to take us long enough, okay, to win it. But the small things you guys have to make. You have to make those small things. Good help, good rebound. Tonight is a must rebound game. Tonight is a must physical game.
Atención, máxima concentración en las situaciones de transición defensiva. Hagamos bien el rebote de ataque, pero nos organizamos bien los balances. Atención, jugadores que llegan por detrás con el tiro de 3 puntos. Atención, cualquier situación de los grandes sobre el campo. Si tenemos que utilizar un cambio de nombre de los dos grandes, lo utilizamos. Pero que no pueden encontrar canasta fácil. ¿Okay?
And sometimes no lengthy speeches are needed at all, as coaches choose to keep their final instructions short and sharp.
Screening, rebounding, communication and defense, hustle and sharing the ball are very, very, very important. Okay, guys?
Defense, pressure full court, be patient offensively, run back, match up early, and play normal basketball game. Okay, you know how to play.
At halftime, coaches sometimes feel the need to remind their players to stick to the plans which were laid down before the game.
El partido va de mucho acierto, ¿de acuerdo? De mucho acierto. Nosotros hemos tenido mucho acierto en 3 puntos, llevamos 10 de 19 de tiros de 3 puntos, y ellos sobreviven con las canastas de 2. ¿De acuerdo? Ellos sobreviven con las canastas de 2. Han metido algún triple, creo que 2 han sido después del rebote ofensivo, ¿de acuerdo? Entonces tenemos que tener claro lo que hemos hablado del tema del rebote. ¿De acuerdo? El rebote nos va a permitir carrera, y si no, nos va a permitir jugar tranquilos y jugar algo más largo. ¿Entendido?
When the action has finished, winning coaches are keen to remind their players exactly what they did well and what they need to remember for future games.
Congratulations, we stay in the plan. I think it's a big accomplishment for us. Having 7-2 in top 16, I think we don't change anything in our approach. Just the next game, until to make it mathematically. Okay, guys, I have to say to everybody congratulations, because we will stop focus in our defensive approach.
And of course, as this is elite professional sport, sometimes coaches are still not happy even when they win.
Congratulations, team, for another road victory. This is important to win, but we got this experience, and damn it, I'm gonna be damned if I'm not mentioning that or if I'm not pointed on you. We're getting on the fourth quarter, gave up just 9 points with a hell of a defense and a team game, and then we get to that fourth quarter relaxed because of the result, and we don't play. We gave a 3-point shot with 3 fouls to give. We gave a basket and one with 3 fouls to give. We gave another 3-pointer after turnover. And what should I say? Should I say now, okay, bravo guys, you're the superheroes and this and that?
Getting a close-up look at the emotion of the locker room has been a privilege for our Game of the Week cameras this season, and we'd like to thank our coaches for allowing us to join them behind the scenes on game day. This week in Euroleague history, the only playoff series ever in which a road team won the deciding game happened 10 years ago in one of the toughest venues in the world of basketball between two teams who are meeting in the playoffs again this season for the first time since then. It was on April 12, 2006 that Panathinaikos Athens hosted Tau Ceramika at Olympic Sports Centre Athens for their do-or-die third game. After they split 2 home wins, only the winner of Game 3, which featured several all-time Euroleague superstars in their prime, would be able to return to the Final Four. Panathinaikos had future MVPs Dimitris Diamantidis and Vasilis Panoulis in the backcourt, and future Euroleague champions like Mike Batiste, Kostas Tsartsaris and Dejan Tomasevic in the front court. Tau relied on a versatile trio of big men in Luis Scola, Thiago Splitter and Cornel David. However, a pair of the visiting guards, Pablo Prigioni and Serkan Erdogan, stole the show in front of 18,000 disappointed home fans. Tau Ceramika jumped ahead 24-36 as Erdogan scored 15 points before half-time, but Diamantidis and Alvertis shot the Greens back into the lead 53-52 after 3 quarters. Early in the fourth one, however, sharpshooter Casey Jacobson and Travis Hansen put Tau in front again. And when Panathinaikos rallied to within a point, Prigioni slammed the door with a jumper that beat the shot clock to put Tau ahead by 3 points with 17.6 seconds left. When the dust settled, Erdogan had scored 24 points and Prigioni 12, as Tau prevailed 71-74 as the only team ever to run off an away court as must-win playoff survivors headed to the Final Four 10 years ago this week in Euroleague history. Game 1 in the playoffs saw all 4 home teams win, with CSKA Moscow, Fenerbahce, Lokomotiv and Laboral Kucha all enjoying success on their home floors. In Istanbul on Tuesday night, a rematch from last season's semi-final between Fenerbahce Istanbul and reigning champion Real Madrid opened at Ülker Arena. After a slow start, Bogdan Bogdanovic heated up to give the hosts the lead. Epe Udo provided highlights at both ends in pushing the advantage to double figures in the second quarter. Rudy Fernandez was one of several players to shine for Madrid in a big third quarter as the visitors came back to briefly take the lead. But with its offense led by Kostas Sloukas, Fenerbahce regained control early in the fourth quarter, and Madrid's shooting went cold at the worst possible time, allowing the Turkish team to hold on and start the series by maintaining its perfect home record. Fernando Buesa Arena was the site for Game 1 between traditional powers Laboral Cucha and Panathinaikos. Miroslav Radulica took charge from the start to give the Greens an early lead, but Ioannis Borousis' introduction off the bench soon put Laboral in front, and the home team built a double-digit lead in the second quarter. Darius Adams exploded for 12 points in the third quarter as Laboral ran away with the game, and Panathinaikos' fourth quarter efforts proved to be too little and too late as Mike James continued to spark the home team's offense. Adams led the winners with 20 points as the local fans celebrated an impressive victory, Laboral's 7th consecutive triumph on its home floor. The playoffs tipped off in Moscow, where Crvena Zvezda enjoyed a fast start to establish an early 7-point lead. But the game soon changed when Milos Teodosic stepped off the bench and sparked his team into a lead which would never be relinquished. CSKA pulled away to a double-digit margin several times after half-time, but determined Zvezda kept it close, and CSKA, with a late flurry from Karl-Heinz, only pulled away for good in the final 5 minutes. Teodosic, who took the MVP award for Game 1 of the playoffs, finished with 23 points, the highest of his playoff career, along with 6 assists and 6 rebounds, giving CSKA a series lead and its 15th consecutive home win in the playoffs.
No, it was not everything according to the game plan, but this is something that a lot of times happen. The fact that on the second half we put in the equation also some more players offensively and defensively, like Nando, like Kyle, like Nikita, like Fritz, that on the third quarter was amazing how he helped us defensively and offensively. That was the key.
In a closely contested battle that went down to the wire, Lokomotiv Kuban and Barcelona opened their series on Wednesday evening, exactly the way it was expected, with a very intense game played point by point, possession by possession. Barcelona led most of the way behind 13 points apiece from Pau Ribas and Justin Dolman, but Lokomotiv rallied in the second half behind an outstanding Anthony Randolph, who finished with 17 points and 10 rebounds. Malcolm Delaney added 11 points and 7 assists as the home team edged ahead in the final 2 minutes, and Barcelona couldn't take its last chance to force overtime as Lokomotiv held firm to claim a victory in its first ever playoffs game.
We just got to play for 40 minutes. The game, it's the playoffs. They're a good team, they're an experienced team, but we just had to stick with what we wanted to get done and finish the game off strong. And I think we got the stops at the end, the rebounds, and we made a couple shots.
On a night when the league's best scorer cooled down, CSKA Moscow had nothing to worry about. Milos Teodosic came to the rescue with 23 points, which set a personal best in the playoffs, to lead CSKA to an 84-64 victory over Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade and claim MVP honours for Game 1 of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague playoffs. Teodosic made 4 of 5 2-pointers and 4 of 5 3-pointers, collected 6 rebounds and dished 6 assists in compiling a performance index rating of 28, which was the highest among players on winning teams in the playoffs openers.
Number 3, Victoria, Spain. Final seconds of a big win for Laboral Cucha. Darius Adams driving. Davis Bertans burst through to explode the big slam. Made for him by Darius Adams. Finished in style by Bertans. Number 2, Istanbul, Turkey. Bobby Dixon with a nice steal. And he drives toward the basket, but Gustavo Ion is back for Real Madrid. Great hustle from Ion to get back and deny Bobby Dixon. Great block from Gustavo Ion. Number one play, Moscow Russian Nando De Colo penetrate, but what a pass! Flips it out somehow to Vitaly Fritzen for a three-pointer. All about the assist. Amazing play from De Colo. A no-look behind the back pass to the corner from Nando De Colo. The best player of the playoffs, game one.
Hello, I'm Natasha Furaeva. I'm Vice President of CSKA Moscow. Welcome to our club. This is a room, working room for our coaches. They need a space where they work, where they analyze the games, where they do whatever they need to do. And you can see here a working desk where they discuss the plans for the game. And now some coaches are doing the regular job. And if you go here, this is a room of our head coach. He's also now working, so please welcome, but be silent. Don't disturb him too much, please. So Dimitris Itoudis, our head coach, and his room. I want to show you, because he doesn't have a window, we made him to feel like at home. It's motivation. It's some view of his sea from his own town. So we hope it makes his work more comfortable. Let me introduce you our famous physiotherapist, Asker Barcho. In fact, everybody calls him Deda, which in Russian means grandpa. And this is his 40th season in CSKA, 4-0, don't make a mistake. So he's a real legend here, real veteran, and all history of basketball CSKA you can see on the walls of the Deda's room. So he will show himself to you some photos. This is 1971 Cup of European Champions. Our legendary coach Alexander Gomelsky, and till now he's honored president of CSKA Moscow Club forever. All coaches, all players who passed through our club, you can find all pictures up here. I think nobody else has such collections of photos. Now we are in the museum of CSKA. It was open only this season with the help of our owner Norilsk Nickel. From the beginning of the museum you can see some artifacts of this nickel company, but if we go further you can see the trophies of CSKA Basketball Club. Here of course is the most important trophy. It's Euroleague champion in Prague in 2006, and another one is the Euroleague champion in Madrid in 2008. So this is our biggest pride, of course. This cup, CSKA Basketball Club won in 60s and 70s in the Cup of European Champions. And these columns, it's like our Hall of Fame. Here are presented our famous athletes and coaches for the 93 years history. Please welcome to our sacred place. This is the locker room of our players. Our main goal here to create the atmosphere that the players can feel like at home, because they spend a lot of time here, so we try to make it really in the best traditions. And we think we should start with their families, because they are playing a lot of time away, they miss their families, and that's why here we put on the locker of each player sign with the place where he was born and with the names of their children, if some of them have children, and with the date of the birth of children, that they should remember this. It's very important. I hope you liked our quick tour around CSKA facility. Thank you very much, and we're waiting for you for the next game of CSKA Moscow.
In Game 2, CSKA edged out Zvezda, Fenerbahce hammered Real Madrid, Barcelona ambushed Lokomotiv, and Laboral won an overtime thriller against Panathinaikos. Ulka Sports Arena was rocking throughout Game 2 as Fenerbahce Istanbul didn't wait long to put Real Madrid in deep trouble. A 10-0 first quarter surge got the fans on their feet. Then Epeudo and Bogdan Bogdanovic filled a remarkable 16-3 run to start the second quarter to build a 25-point halftime lead. Madrid improved after the break, but could never get closer than 18 the rest of the way, as Udo finished with 18 points and Nikola Kalinic 17, and Fenerbahce handed Madrid its worst playoff loss ever.
It's just one game. They're defending champions, so we got to be ready for Game 3 because, at home they're tough. They're going to give it everything they've got, so it's going to be a good game.
With Fenerbahce one win from the Final Four, reigning champs Madrid know that they must defend their home court starting on Tuesday night. Laboral Kucha Victoria Gasteiz and Panathinaikos Athens served up an instant playoff classic in the second game of the series. The Greens raced ahead by 8 points in the first quarter, but Mike James scored big baskets to give the hosts a 2-point halftime edge. Laboral extended its lead to 10 points in the fourth behind Darius Adams, who led all scorers with 24 points. But great defense kept Panathinaikos close, and Dimitris Diamantidis forced overtime with a memorable three-pointer. Ioannis Borousis took control then for Laboral, but again it came down to the final seconds. This time, Laboral stopped Panathinaikos and sealed the game with free throws for a thrilling victory.
Coach just told us, let's go win this game again. And we came out, we started from zero again and took the lead, and that's it. It would be nice if we wouldn't have to, but it's going to be really tough. Their fans, their crowd is one of the loudest in Europe. Pretty much going to be the same as it was here, and hope we can come back with another win.
Panathinaikos will rely on its home fans now as the series moves to Athens, with Laboral needing just one more win to reach the Final Four. CSKA and Crvena Zvezda squared off again in Moscow on Thursday, with the visitors starting well and using a regular supply of points from Stefan Jovic and Marko Simonovic to lead into the third quarter. That's when Karl Heinz and Aaron Jackson fueled a CSKA rally, and the hosts took the momentum. But Simonovic and Jovic kept Zvezda close, and with Nando De Colo pacing CSKA, the lead continued to trade hands until the very final minute. Down by 1 point, Zvezda had 2 late chances to claim a dramatic win, but could not convert, as CSKA held on to a 2-0 series lead. Zvezda hosts its first Euroleague playoff date ever, Monday's game of the week, as the passionate fans of Belgrade try to help their team survive. When Lokomotiv Kuban and FC Barcelona Lhasa met again in Krasnodar for Game 2, a very different game unfolded. Lokomotiv led late in the first quarter behind an inspired Malcolm Delaney, who paced the hosts with 19 points. Barcelona improved its defense, however, and found their go-to scorer in ageless veteran Juan Carlos Navarro, playing in his 300th Euroleague game. Navarro scored 18 points and Tomas Satoransky added 13 and 10 assists to lead Barcelona to a near-record playoffs road win, tying the series at 1 game apiece.
I think it's going to be tough battle, in third and fourth game also, because this team is great. We have a lot of respect to Lokomotiv. They're a physical team and they play great defense, so we got to keep going.
Barcelona will take the momentum of Friday's win back to Spain when the series resumes this week, and Lokomotiv knows it needs at least one road win to keep its chances alive. 7 of this week's 8 games were won by home teams, with Barcelona's victory in Krasnodar in Game 2 the only success enjoyed by a road team. Will the same pattern continue next week? We will find out soon. A pair of centres led their teams to pivotal victories to share the MVP honour for Game 2 of the playoffs, having the highest performance index rating, 25, for a winning team. Two-time champion Karl-Heinz was the difference maker as CSKA Moscow outlasted visiting Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade 77-76. His 19 points were just 2 fewer than the career-high 21 that Heinz scored in Game 1, while his 8 for 9 two-point shooting and 3 for 3 free throws provided the accuracy that CSKA needed to win by a single point. Irpir Udo dominated at both ends of the floor as host Fenerbahce Istanbul handed defending champion Real Madrid its worst playoff loss this century, 178. Udo poured in 18 points with near-perfect shooting, hitting 7 of 9 two-pointers and dropping 4 of 5 foul shots. His 2 blocks put Udo 2 short of a new Euroleague season record in that statistical category.
Number 3, Moscow, Russia. Luka Mitrovic at Crvena Zvezda has missed much of the season through injury. That's how to make up for lost time. A determined drive from the corner and a powerful finish from Luka Mitrovic. Number 2, Victoria, Spain. Mike James for Laboral. Tries the three-pointer, misses. Kim Tilly gets the rebound. Great pass, and Mike James is there again. No mistake this time, a huge rim rocker from Mike James. Number 1, Istanbul, Turkey. It's Fenerbahce, Bogdan Bogdanovic looking for a way through. Sends up the pass, and Irpir Udo flies to the rim. Look at the celebrations. Had an arm in his face, but Udo still finishes. Look how he loves it.